Greef Karga, played by Carl Weathers, and Kuiil, voiced by Nick Nolte, are ready to join the rest of their Mandalorian brethren in the Nerdery. The goal of this episode is to determine which supporting figure enhances the display and embodies the actor most. There are 10 figures in this Mandalorian Wave, including the deluxe armorer. Greef Karga and Kuiil are numbers 6 and 7 respectively. I totally passed on the Mando Baby Yoda double dip since I already had both figures. I wish Hasbro would release the deluxe 2-pack first, then the individual figures second. What would you prefer? The first category is face sculpt. Let's take a look at Greef Karga. I know this is supposed to be Carl Weathers, but I only know it's Carl Weathers because it's the character. He definitely got the Lando treatment here, man, and it kind of bums me out that it's a half-buttocks attempt at an iconic actor. It doesn't capture his likeness very well, and I think the skin tone is definitely off. It's not a bad face sculpt of some other dude, and from far away, you know it's Karga. Dude, in fairness, it really is easier to do alien face sculpts, but this one is really good. Look at that gorgeous Ugnaught face, and the folds in his skin. Look at the feeling his eyes emote, man, and the eyebrows just work with the expression on his face. I really think this captured Kuiil's likeness from every single angle. I mean, dude, the more I look at it, I honestly feel like there's more Nick Nolte in this sculpt than there is Carl Weathers in Greef Karga. And that's not meant to be an insult to Nick Nolte. His voice acting embodied so much heart and soul, it came out of the animatronic. Is that me, or do you see that too? Kuiil wins! Category number 2 is body mold. Both body molds are clean. There's no wash or weathering to them at all. Lots of browns and khaki to fit in on Navarro for sure. Kuiil's scarf and backpack are one piece. You can see lots of nice detail in the scarf, and I really do appreciate the color they picked. And I do like how the scarf hangs off of him in relation to the backpack, and the backpack doesn't weigh him down or make him top heavy at all. The color on the scarf works really well with the orangish brown top and then the khaki pants. His body sculpt is pretty plain. You got cargo pants here, a pocket, belt. Kuiil was a simple Ugnaught who earned his freedom and was happy to have what he did. Kuiil's shoulder comes all the way out, elbow is way less than 90 degrees, and the pinless knee joint comes right in at 90 degrees. Kuiil has limited articulation, and it even impacts holding his shotgun accessory. This is the best way I could get it around his hand, and it looks like he's just carrying it by the stock, and you definitely cannot pose the shotgun with him holding it with 2 hands. He's going to have to get posed stoically in effigy in the Nerdery. Greef Karga has a good rubber cape. I appreciate the movement in it, and it does not restrict motion in the shoulders or in the legs while posing. Greef Karga has nice head tilt, his shoulder comes all the way out, and if you look closely, it's a hidden butterfly shoulder joint. This piece of his mold here is very soft and has a leathery feel, so I appreciate how it hangs over his shoulder but then does not restrict movement at all. You see how nice and clean that is? Cut at the waist, and then he has a single pinless knee joint at 90 degrees. His space leather has quality detail to it. There's a really neat sheen under the LEDs. Check out like all those little dimples in it. I think it looks really cool. And the belt complements it like a fine watch. He has 2 holsters for each blaster. Greef Karga wins! Our third category is accessories. Dude, there are slim pickings here. Greef Karga comes with 2 distinct blasters, has a little loop on the front of it, and the stock is brown. I do appreciate that they are unique, and it has 2 colors to them. Kuiil comes with a shotgun blaster and a strap. Again, I appreciate that it's a unique weapon and 2-tone. However, he cannot hold it in his hand in a firing position or a dual hold position, so he does have to carry it like this, or you can use the strap and sling it over his shoulder, and it does line up nicely with the backpack if you're going for that look. Other accessory here is his helmet comes off. And that, dude, wow man, look at the hair in the back. That is so neat with his white beard. Holy cow, man, that makes the head sculpt look even cooler. And the ears too. Dude, I do love him with his helmet though, man, but that is a gorgeous face sculpt. Accessories are a tie. We are going off the board here a little bit and doing Carl Weathers versus Nick Nolte. They are 2 storied actors who are fantastic in their roles on The Mandalorian. Let's take a look at the Nerdery's top 3 favorite movies from each storied actor. Carl Weathers is Apollo, Creed, and Rocky. Dude, that's a walk-off homer right there. George Dillon in Predator. And Action Jackson. Look at him in that poster. Man, the 80s were so great, weren't they? Plus, he gets bonus points for outstanding cameos in Arrested Development. Nick Nolte is Jack Cates from 48 Hours with peak Eddie Murphy. Jerry Baskin from Down and Out in Beverly Hills, which is an all-time classic dark comedy. And my personal favorite, Four-Leaf Tayback from Tropic Thunder. Carl Weathers wins this round. No slight to Nick Nolte. Apollo Expletive Creed, man. It's just not a fair fight. Let me know which actor's catalog you celebrate the most. The final category is the moment of truth. Let's put them both in display and see how they look. I slightly adjusted my Flame Trooper and put Kuiil on my highest acrylic point. He's posed stoically. I really did enjoy this character, and it was very touching how he turned out to be a mentor for Mando that furthered his character development. I can hear Nick Nolte when I look at him, can't you? Just down to the right is Greef Karga, and I'm utilizing the movement in the cape to make him look like he just drew and is firing both blasters. Greef was definitely a missing piece, just like Kuiil. It feels way more complete now that they're both in it. And just like Lando, from far away gazing into the display, I know it's Greef Karga. I feel like both figures are equally additive. They enhance the display and join the other Season 1 figures, making it feel more complete. They are both essential pieces, but definitely not ready to take a starring role in the Nerdery. Tie! Let's recap. Greef Karga won for body sculpt and being Carl Weathers. Kuiil won for the face sculpt. They tied for accessories and how they look in the display. Greef Karga, played by Carl Weathers, wins 3 points to 2 points versus Kuiil. Even though Greef wins solidly with points, they do bring equal joy for me in the display. Now that they are with the other Mando figures, I cannot imagine it without them. Please let me know in the comments which figure enhances your display most. I hope this was a fun and unique way to share my take on them, and most importantly, the joy they brought. Please let me know in the comments below which figure wins and how you have them posed in the display. Please like, subscribe, and ring the bell to join the noble quest of building this action figure collection. See you real soon.